All right, it's the Witch Doctor on location at Horror Hound 2011 with one of the finest hosts in the business today, Mr. Lobo. Mr. Lobo, first question.
Yes.
Are you any relation to Sheriff Lobo?
No, and I'm not related to Los Lobos, the band, either, or the comic book character Lobo, either. Is there another Lobo that always comes up?
There's a little Tor Johnson.
Tor Johnson, right? Lobo, he's gentle like kitchen.
That's right,
yes.
Gentle like kitchen.
So no, I'm not related to any of those guys. Actually, Lobo is my legitimate last name.
Okay.
But when I became a horror host, I was so embarrassed that I dropped my first name. So I'm just Mr. Lobo.
All right, that's understandable. Now, you are celebrating your 10th anniversary as a horror host. Is that correct?
Yes. I mean, if you don't want to count like the 10 years prior to that wanting to be a horror host, yes. My first the show I do, Cinema Insomnia, first aired on a ABC affiliate in Sacramento, July 28th, 2001. So we're approaching on. Of course, that station only had it for 22 shows. But I've been in syndication. We're on 30 cities across the country. It's been on the air somewhere for 10 years, and we just got funding to do 26 new shows. So
that's wonderful.
We're going to make 26 new ones for the anniversary season.
Okie doke. Now, in addition to being a horror host, you've also entered the publishing game. Is that correct?
Yes. I like to jump on every dying medium at one time.
That's a good plan.
I'm going to do a radio play. I think I'm going to start selling ice in my neighborhood. I think I'm going to be a horror host, and I'm going to have a print magazine. But this one,
you can also get a touring melodrama company.
Yeah, some vaudeville.
Yes, the whole 9 yards.
This is a new magazine called Horror Hosts and Creature Features. It's about what we love, horror hosts and creature features. You know, you guys are at home, you're watching Chiller Drive-In, and you've got the Witch Doctor and all the great characters, and this is kind of a celebration of that whole genre, because we have a discovery, really, of a new genre.
Correct.
When we were kids, it was just the guy we saw locally. We didn't know there was a whole world of people doing similar things. Maybe you saw Elvira as cardboard cutout in the grocery store.
Right.
Now, because of the internet and the connectivity that we have today, we're aware of the thousands of characters there are out there, and really more aware of it as an art form. You look at something like Tales from the Crypt, the old comic books with the Crypt Keeper and the Vault Keeper, the old radio programs like Witching Hour and Inner Sanctum, Lights Out, Twilight Zone. I mean, Rod Serling is a horror host. Alfred Hitchcock is a horror host.
Correct.
The Green Ball in Heavy Metal is a horror host. Right? So it's an interesting thing. I don't think there's ever been a magazine specifically for that. There may be 20 people who might be interested in reading it. So
now, if they do want to read that, where can those 20 people go?
Those 20 people can go to horrorhostmagazine.com.
Okie doke. And they can get your shows and information at cinemainsomnia.com?
Cinemainsomnia.com.
All right. Now, before we go,
yes,
we touched a little bit earlier on the Tor Johnson influence.
Yes.
I understand that you are going to have another sort of connection to Tor Johnson in an upcoming film. Is that right?
Yes, that's a porno. We can't talk about that. No, actually, I am going to be in the remake, when everyone loves remakes, Plan 9 from Outer Space. We're calling it Plan 9. It's being shot in Virginia. Next week I begin as Criswell. When I signed on, I thought it would be the easiest job in the world. Greetings, my friends. We're all interested in the future, because that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives. And future events such as these will affect you in the future. And I thought, okay, well, I do that, and then I'm done.
Right.
And they went, no, Criswell is really important to the story, because in the context of Plan 9, Criswell says it's based on the secret testimony of the miserable souls. Well, Criswell heard everyone's story. Criswell met all the characters in the story. Criswell somehow witnessed the events of this story. Okay. So he could tell us about it. So Criswell has the most scenes of any character in this. Even though I'm not the hero, it kind of plays out like the old movie Fright Night, where you have the horror host character who kind of holds it all together.
Okay.
And I'm going to be jumping on top of cars and killing zombies, and it's going to be stupid. It's going to be the stupidest movie ever made. But I'm very excited to be part of it.
And it's a very great honor to be a part of it.
Absolutely, a great honor, and I hope that it's something that Ed Wood's fans would appreciate. The interesting thing about it is that the people who make it, like Ed Wood, are 100% genuine. They're not trying to make a bad movie. They're not trying to make a silly movie. They're trying to make an effective horror film with that premise of grave robbers from outer space. So hopefully people go to the movies and they have a good time, and they're not thinking of anything but having a good time.
All right, that's fantastic. Now, do you have any idea yet when we might be able to see that? Any expected release?
Later this year.
Later this
year.
All right, so folks, keep your eyes out for Plan 9, starring Mr. Lobo as Criswell. And in the meantime, we're going to thank you very much. Fantastic. Hope we have you for another 10 years.
I hope so. If my little, rabbit heart holds out, I'll be here.
All right. Back to the movie, folks. The Magic Sword, Horror Hound 2011.
Ooh, with Vampira.